Am I in the camera?
You are in the camera. Just go down just a little bit or pull.
Oh,
right there.
Oh, what is that?
You're good. Your face is
Oh,
there.
welcome to the lighter side of the dark side. It's your weekly freak show here on Renegade Radio. Also, Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, Deezer, TuneIn, Radio Public, wherever you're listening to us. It's the Dark Mark Show. I'm Dark Mark, the goth comedian. Thank you for listening. And if you've missed any of our past episodes, they're all online on all the podcast catchers. Google Podcasts, too.
Oh.
So that's me. I'm going to turn this around to something that's a little more enjoyable to look at to me. That's
Debatable.
Yeah, I know, because she hates it. When I put the camera on me, she's like, that's cool. And then when I put it on her, she hates it. But she looks beautiful as always. Everybody's favorite vegan heavy metal DJ, Hannah Bach.
Hey, guys.
Hannah.
You can also click the link in my bio on Instagram if you guys want to listen to past episodes as
Right.
well.
Is that the Audio Boom link?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. So, and that's Hail Hannah Box 666.
Yep, that's BAKK.
Yes. And how you been, Hannah?
I've been pretty good, I guess.
Yeah, well-
I'm happy to be back. I was absent last week. I
Right.
apologize.
You missed a heavy metal show and your best friend Angela,
Oh,
too.
no.
No, I haven't seen Angela in, 5-6 years? I sent you that
Right.
photo, so.
I'm doing her show in a couple weeks, so I will let you know about that.
Awesome.
And we had Rocky Kramer. But that's... We have a big star here tonight.
We do have a big star.
We have a big
It's
star, one of our favorites.
My pleasure. I get the pleasure of speaking with you.
Yes,
again.
I went
Number
to
two for me.
I went to her birthday party a couple weeks ago, which is a very exclusive invite, as we'll find out later. But here's I'm gonna go. Oh yeah, now are you ready?
Hello
There she is,
darlings.
Princess herself, Joy Villa.
Joy Villa.
Yes, how are you, Joy?
Oh, I'm so glad to be back. Is this my third time?
Well, this is the second time here in this studio.
In this studio, yeah.
And you were at the old studio twice, so this is the
That's
fourth
right.
time.
This is the fourth time.
Fourth time.
I am a glutton for punishment.
We went to the studio. She's like, "Is this a new studio?" I'm like, "Same one you were at last time when you were on
I
that with
remember
Amazon
the old
Eve."
One. Yeah, I'm still stuck in the past, but you always put on a fantastic show. Hannah is awesome. We're here to rock and roll, so I'm really excited.
Well, we had you on last time with Amazon Eve.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, she's amazing.
So she's 6'8", so she blocked the studio. So maybe you forgot what it looked like. I think that's what it was.
Be. I was living in her shadow.
Yes.
We've actually become really good friends. She
No, I
came
know.
to a show, and we've been talking. So that was fun. That was because of you.
Yeah,
I
you guys
knew
have
the
some
two of you.
magic.
I knew the two of you.
Right?
Yes.
It was awesome.
Definitely.
Yeah, I knew the two of you were going to have magic together, and you're going to have magic tonight. Our other guest is on his way. His name is Tino Sanchez. He is a comedian, and these two have a very
Is that what
interesting,
you call him?
so to speak. He went viral just like you, and we're going to talk about that. But before we do,
Just like me.
No.
Nobody went viral like I did.
he got 1 million hits on World Star Hip Hop.
Oh.
No, nobody went viral just like you. We'll get everybody caught up. Before we do, Audible. I just got to Vegas. I'll put this on me, and I'll put it on you for the other one. But Audible. I just went to Vegas. I was listening to audiobooks the whole time. Yeah, this is a camera. See, right?
This is so awesome, this camera.
Yeah. This is I will. I'll tell you all about it
This is really
after
cool.
the show. Yeah, my DJI Osmo Pocket. And anyway, Audible. If you go to audibletrial.com/DMS, audibletrial.com/DMS, get any book you want. Any book you want. Democrat, Republican. You want some smut. You want some comedy albums. Whatever you want. You can get any book you want free. Go to audibletrial.com/DMS. Not only that would be good enough. Because you can get any comedy album, you can get any book, anything. They have 400,000 books. You get 2 Audible originals in addition to the book.
It's amazing.
I was listening to Hi Bob, which is a show where Bob Newhart interviews contemporary comedians like, young comedians like, Will Ferrell, Sarah Silverman. Well, he's 90 years old, so compared to him, they're new.
Oh my God.
That's an Audible original.
Everybody's new.
John Lithgow has a play. You can get that.
Wow.
They have a Patti Smith interview. They have a Rolling Stone tribute to Aretha Franklin.
Oh,
They have
wow.
a science fiction novel narrated by John Waters. They have another one narrated by Zachary Quinto from Star Trek. They have a continuation of the Alien Saga with Rutger Hauer as one of the voices. These are all plays and things, and they're not necessarily books. The Audible has commissioned them, the originals. You get 2 of those and a book or a comedy album. Go to audibletrial.com/DMS. How much does it cost? Nothing.
Nothing.
It's a 30-day trial. You can cancel the next day. You still keep the book and 2 Audible originals. I'm giving you something for free. Take advantage. No, you say nothing in life is free. Yes. Something is free. Go to audibletrial.com/DMS. All you MAGA people who listen to this, get the art of the deal, whatever you want. I don't care what book you get. audibletrial.com/DMS. No, not here.
Yeah, especially with summer coming on your road trips. You just throw in an Audible.
All right, maybe the art of the deal is not ideal for a road trip, but it's.
Sometimes if you want to listen to some smut on the road, you know.
Well, do you know what the art of the deal is? That's Donald Trump's book. But anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But we have smut. You can get 50 Shades of Grey listen to that on the road.
That's not really.
Give each other.
I was gonna say, I love how that's his.
They've got all sorts of. They've got all.
Like mainstream
Yeah.
housewife.
Yeah,
fantasy.
exactly.
Well, anyway, so. I could go just whatever book you want. It gets smarter than 50 Shades of Grey. Give each other Roadhead, whatever you want to do. Anyway, Hannah, we're going to.
I apologize in advance to my fans.
We're going to visit. No, I apologize to that crowd.
He was like, I'm going to listen to Joy Villa on this interview. And they're like, oh.
I said it in
my stars.
I said it in code, but tell us now, Joy Villa. We're going to get into this, but we're taking you out to Doomy's Home Cooking, the best vegan food in LA. 1253 Vine Street, right on the corner of Fountain and Vine.
That's right.
Yes, we are. We're going to enjoy ourselves after the show.
Yeah,
I'm
after
excited.
party.
Tell them how great the food is at Doomy's Home
Food is
Cooking.
amazing.
It's
Last
so
time
good.
we went to the Next Max.
That's right.
Yeah, that was excellent. We ordered a bunch of food.
Mm-hmm.
We had like
nachos, enchiladas.
The nachos are voted one of the 10 best nachos in LA by LA Weekly. Does not have meat.
And I didn't feel yucky after eating.
Yeah, you don't feel too stuffed. I'm
all.
always actually too stuffed because I always overeat at Doomy's
Mhm.
because it's so good. The crispy chicken sandwich.
Oh, I was thinking about that on my drive here.
Isn't
the
it?
sauce?
The stuff dreams are made of.
The chili cheese fries.
The chili cheese fries. The garlic
So
fries.
good. The carrot
Everything
cake.
there.
Oh.
The muffin, or what is it? They have cupcakes, chocolate
They have
cupcakes.
chocolate cupcakes.
This is all vegan, folks.
All vegan.
It is. And, as we were setting up, I was checking Doomy's story, and they have the jalapeno poppers. They have that on the story. They're so good.
Yes.
Amazing
They have fried
staff.
Oreos.
We had that for Hannah's
Fried
birthday.
Oreos.
We did.
For your birthday?
We took Hannah out for her birthday.
Oh, that's a great birthday, dude.
It is.
And,
It really is.
and our other guest, our friend Nikki Wantz, was like, should I get the chicken parmesan or the barbecue pork? The pulled pork.
Get both.
Well, that's what we did. We split the sandwiches, so we got
That's
both.
the thing. And the what is it? I forgot
The
they
Big
call it.
Mac
The
on the
Big
secret-
Mac.
on the
I
secret
usually
menu.
always get that with the
That's
vegan
the
bacon.
best.
Like I burned 1,000 calories at the gym today, and I didn't eat. So I'm gonna go hard tonight.
That's how you have to do it. You
Right.
have to not eat for Doomy's because you'll get a
exactly.
week's worth of calories in one night, and it will be worth it.
Right.
It will.
Not my week, but it's 1253 Vine Street, and that we also have one in Culver City and in Toronto, Canada.
I've been to that one.
No, they've
in
had two.
Toronto.
They have two in Culver City. There's
Well,
the
there's
Next
one in
Max and
City City Terrace has a Next Max, and then they opened the one in Culver City.
okay.
No,
Yeah.
I haven't been to those.
And they have the cutest little chairs, the little
Yes.
Doomy's logo.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Well, before we get started, and I want because it's been a big week. You went viral again. You did it again. You went to the Daytime Emmys.
Then my first time at the Emmys, any Emmys, was Daytime Emmy Awards,
Mm-hmm.
and I hit the red carpet in a dress by Desi Designs Couture,
Right.
and it went viral.
Yes.
People Magazine, Hollywood Reporter, Business Insider, everybody's talking about it.
And it's not the Emmys, because the Emmys, they show the dresses, they do the whole thing, the Joan Rivers stuff. This is the Daytime Emmys,
Well, it's
where
still
nobody
the
cares.
Emmys.
Yeah.
It's still the Emmys.
No, I'm saying
It's
you
just the
busted
Daytime
out.
Emmys.
No, I don't know what anybody else was wearing. I don't know what Susan Lucci was wearing, what Ellen was wearing. I don't know what they were wearing.
Right.
But I mean, it's the Daytime Emmys. They had Ellen, they had probably Whoopi Goldberg, all the View people,
yeah,
and
all the View, all the daytime shows, talk shows. Also, what like you're saying, soap operas.
right.
Huge soap
So
operas.
I don't know what
Yeah.
I don't know what Pat Sajak was wearing. I don't know
Right.
what Joy Behar was wearing. I don't want to know what Joy
don't
Behar
know.
was wearing,
You
but
don't-
I know what you were wearing.
You know what Joy Villa was wearing? It
Yes.
was a gorgeous green skirt and a white shirt. It was actually a sweatshirt. I was so comfortable. And a green long skirt, and the back said, pro-life is pro-woman.
Right.
Because I'm very pro-life.
Right.
And I was standing up for Save the Storks, a beautiful charity that, in compassion, helps the unborn and helps women who are faced with an unplanned pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
Free pregnancy testing, free STI testing, STDs, free ultrasounds, all those services so they don't have to, go to a Planned Parenthood just for those services because you're going to be pressured to get an abortion. So we just want to actually give you the real power of choice.
Is there a difference between STI and STD? Yeah, right.
It's just another name for it.
Okay.
I don't know. It comes in fashion. STI is
I have-
sexually transmitted.
I haven't had S in so long. I have no idea what's
Essentially-
what. So.
Yeah, I guess it just depends where you're at. It's like
Infection.
DUI or DWI.
Right,
It
right,
just
right.
depends.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So, no, I know this is because you talked about it last time you were on the show, and go back, Joy Villa, Amazon Eve, and that you had a pregnancy early in your life.
Yeah, so I was faced with I was in a violent relationship. It was, abusive. It was physically abusive, mentally abusive. And I found myself pregnant, and I knew that I could not raise this child. I was very young. I was like 19, 20 years old.
Right.
And I knew that I tried to make it work with the dad, and he was just, drugs, alcohol, the whole thing. And I was broken. I was like, what am I going to do? And I went to the clinic, and the clinic pressured me to get an abortion. And I said, no, I am not going to get an abortion. I'm not going to punish this child. It's not this baby's fault because contraception failed. That's actually what happened. We were using contraception, and it failed, birth control. And I didn't know what else to do. So I was babysitting, I was crying, and I was praying, and I looked down, and there was this ad in the newspaper that said, loving home looking to adopt. And it was an ad for a family to adopt babies. And I called the number, and I worked with American Adoptions.
Right.
And it was a woman, and I was like crying. I was like, I don't know. I've heard horror stories. She's like, let me walk you through it. I was adopted myself. I loved it. I'm amazing. She was
Well, that I didn't know.
It was, yeah, I don't always share all the details, but we worked it through to do an open adoption. So I know my daughter today.
Right.
I know her, and I've seen her frequently. It's open, so I get letters, and I give her gifts, and she calls me Mama Joy.
That's great.
She knows her story, she knows her history, and her adopted parents were just the sweetest, most incredible people. And a lot of people don't know that. And I was in dire straits, like financially, emotionally, physically.
You were a 19-year-old,
everything. Yeah, and I, when an adoption agency works with you, they provide monetary assistance for you to get on your feet. So I was able to pay my bills, pay my rent without worrying, and be able to get out of that violent situation. I was able to go far away, and then be able to be in a safe place where I could buy groceries and heal and, grow this beautiful baby and then give birth in a healthy atmosphere with my medical bills paid for.
Well, that was great.
So it's not just like, oh, we only care about, like some people, my detractors are like, oh, you only care about unborn, but what about babies that are born? I'm like, listen, I'm pro anything that's going to help a mom make the best decision, the healthiest decision, instead of just throwing her to the wolves and be like, oh, just get an abortion, it'll make it go away.
Right.
It doesn't make it go away. I know post-abortive women who think about it for years.
Oh, sure.
And even if you've had an abortion, I'm not here to tell you you're wrong or I hate you. I'm not. That's not my cause at all. I'm here to say adoption is an option, and I can speak from experience that it was the best, most healing thing I've ever done.
Well, it sounds like for you, it was. I mean, it couldn't be more of an idyllic experience. I don't know if that's always the case.
I have to say it wasn't idyllic at all. It was one of the hardest choices. But I'm here to say that women should have the education. They should know what an abortion is, what the procedure actually does, the effects that it could, medical or mental effects after, and that adoption is actually much easier than it's made out to be. I don't know why more people don't talk about adoption. I think there's a lot of shame around it because as a birth mom, people in stories, it's always the drug addict woman who leaves the child on a doorstep of a church. You know what I mean? It's like she's the villain, or kids grow up, I never knew my parents. These are different times now. It doesn't have to be where the mom gives up the child and can never see her. Like, I've seen her. She's happy. My daughter knows who, and I was not able to physically raise her, but I didn't want to pretend like that abortion would make it go away. Right. For me, it was the best decision, and I just want girls to have that option. Well, say, listen, look at adoption. It does not have to be abortion. And I feel like a lot of celebrities are just saying like abortion, it's cool, it's great, and it's become something that
what celebrity is saying that?
Well,
what celebrity is saying abortion is cool and great?
Well, we have.
I know celebrities are pro-abortion. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have what's her name from Girls, Lena Dunham. Shout your abortion. This has been a hashtag.
She's kind of a mess.
She is a total mess. I'm like but she is an influencer for girls.
And I can't see it.
I can't
I
stand
mean,
that woman.
I'm pro-choice, but I don't agree with that woman at all. And I don't
Right.
believe that abortion is a form of birth control.
Thank you.
No, I think that's
Exactly. But that's when it started, it was supposed to be legal, safe, and rare.
Right.
And now it's like, oh, it's a woman's right. Get an abortion. It's not a big deal.
Right.
And that's the lie.
It is a big deal.
It's a huge deal. You know, it's like it's a decision that will affect you no matter what. Whether you raise the child, you give the child up for adoption, or you get an abortion. All of those decisions are going to be hard.
right.
But you need to be educated on each of those and what that means.
Now, I'm gonna-
and that's what, unfortunately,
Right.
a lot of women are not passing on to young girls.
Right.
And all celebrities are just glossing over it, or they're supporting Planned Parenthood like it's, oh, they're the only women's clinic out there. There's tons of women's clinics that can help a woman that don't provide abortions. So if
Well,
you're going to go to a Planned Parenthood, just be honest and be like, I'm going there to get an abortion. Like, but know what that procedure is and the risks involved.
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
well,
Die.
oh sure,
Yeah,
oh absolutely,
In
absolutely.
a botched abortion. Like for me, I can't carry a child because of the sickness. So if I was to get pregnant, the only choice would be for me to get an abortion if I wanted to save my life.
Yeah.
So, you know, in cases like that,
Well, when cases in
or
the mother's
incest or
life,
rape,
and
Not
that's a
just
hard
because-
decision too.
Yeah, not just because you wanted to go and get drunk and not use protection on the weekend and go get a couple of abortions. That's
Exactly.
not okay.
Oh, speaking of somebody,
Uh-oh.
so somebody should have been aborted. Here he is, Tino.
I'm sorry, guys.
Tino Sanchez is here. Tino, no, it was my fault.
What's that, Tino?
I apologize that Tino is late, and I'm trying to get him on camera, but
No, you know what?
I apologize that he's late because I did not give him the address to the studio. I did not tell him.
You
I
totally
couldn't find
ghosted
Boone's Farm
him.
either, so I got your water.
Oh, that's Scott. I haven't had Boone's
Poor
Farm since high
Tino.
school.
He asked, Tino, you want to get on the mic and you want to get
Boone's
the
Farm?
yeah, Tino, it's a podcast. You want to get on the mic? You
Boone's
want?
Farm?
Now, what about those wine coolers?
Yeah.
I know
It's
Zima.
Bartles and James.
I there was a 6-pack of Zima, but I didn't want to get a 6-pack. Yeah,
The 80s was Bartles and James and
Seagrams.
Seagrams.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Anyway,
This was not in the 80s. This was in around 2009 when we met.
yes.
There was the Jack Daniels Twisters.
Oh yeah,
Those are
Purple Twisters.
That was like-
Passion.
that was like the
Yeah,
Smirnoff Ice.
So weird.
Yeah.
sugary.
This is Tino Sanchez. He's not quite as viral as Joy, I will admit.
He's not even close.
Oh, I'm pretty viral.
Yeah, she
I got
was
a 69 on my AIDS test.
she was at and you got a Planned Parenthood.
The
But
highest
bump.
grade,
Anyway,
yeah.
so he
I got like 10 million views on my Pitbull site.
Whoa.
Right.
I got like, I don't know what the
We're
kick
get-
heard around the world.
we're gonna talk. So let me before I get back to you, Joy, and I'm glad Tino came in because things are getting pretty deep
Okay.
pretty quick.
But they were good.
It was definitely good
Yeah,
because I was actually gonna ask you a question that the answer may some of your followers, some of your MAGA followers may disagree with.
That's okay. They don't agree with everything.